Hello everyone, good morning. Can everyone hear me? Good morning.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, we can
hi.
hear
Thank
you.
you for
Hi.
joining our first session research seminar today. So our first presenter today will be Joyce Stafford. Okay, you may now start. Thank you.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Yeah,
Yes.
okay. Okay, so I will share the slide. Can you guys see the screen?
Yes, very clearly, John.
Okay, fantastic. All right, good morning, everyone. And I would like to officially start the session. Um, Good morning to Dr. Jasmine Pan, Head of Department of Postgraduate Center, and also uh, guests who are here today, lecturers and staff from UOW. And also, I see Associate Professor Marina Pawante from SCCA. Good morning, everyone, for being here. Thank you for the support. I would like to share a bit of background on my research. So basically, this is my postgraduate dissertation from University of Malaya, and I am the author, and also my co-author is my supervisor, Dr. Shahnaz Mohammad Baldev Shah from UM. And this uh, presentation is because I actually applied for the conference travel fund, and therefore I am presenting for this research seminar 2024. And this seminar was actually held in University Malaysia Sabah in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. It was called Persidangan Antarabangsa Seni dan Teknologi Kreatif 2024. In short, they call it PASTIK. And their tagline was Seni dalam Gagasan Budaya Madani. So that was the background of the conference. It was held on 12th to 13th of September at Academy Seni dan Teknologi Kreatif at UMS as well. And coming into my topic of the research, it is the use of Reader's Theatre as a drama in education tool in instilling empathy among young adult students. So let's look at the abstract. This action research, so it was an action research, has examined the use of Reader's Theatre as a tool that can be used to instill empathy in classroom teaching and learning. Reader's Theatre stands to be a potentially powerful tool in connecting students with learning and content. To validate this proposition, this action research examines the impact of Reader's Theatre in terms of how it could affect the emotional intelligence of developing young adults. A group of students from private higher learning institution in Grand Mary Shah Alam has taken part as respondents in this research while presenting Reader's Theatre scripts in the classroom. The researcher has facilitated the phases into two segments. The data was collected through self-assessment survey and also interview. The outcome of the survey findings can be used to create teaching and learning with Reader's Theatre to instill empathy among young adult learners. So that is the abstract. A bit of introduction about Reader's Theatre, because my study is mostly in the lines of performing arts, theatre, and drama. So that's my background. A bit of introduction. Reader's Theatre, according to Clark Morrison and Wilcox in 2009, states that Reader's Theatre is a theatre of the mind, because in Reader's Theatre there is no action or stage play. It is more on imaginary how the voice actors and also how the audience will interpret the script. And also it is basically also an interpreter's theater. It is based on their imagination, how the audience, only by listening to the dialogues that is being spoken out by the players, they interpret the what do you call this, the text that is being presented to them. It is also a form of storytelling. So in that is also in line with the communication. We tell stories, and we are the stories that we tell. And it's also said to be reading hours and play readings. So these are some of the introduction on the Reader's Theatre. Let's look at the characteristics of Reader's Theatre. Radcliffe in 2000 states that it is a vocal response and a physical action which is directed to describe the literary work. So it is a vocally and response, how the literary work can be presented to the audience. Liu in 2000 state that Reader's Theatre can dramatize a non-dramatic literature such as novel, short story, poem, and often includes a narrator's role. A narrator is somebody who will tell the storyline and narrate the story as it goes. And then Bellinger in 2001 state Reader's Theatre script dialogues in encouraging English expressions where students can actively acquire the vocabulary, idioms, and grammar. So as we can see over here, the characteristics, all of them allude to the IQ, which is intelligent quotient, and it's measured by the non-verbal test that requires abstract reasoning. So in here, the tests are designed to at a more educational level and also at a very verbal comprehension level, according to Cheka in 2015. So these are all the characteristic of the Reader's Theatre. This was my theoretical framework. Based on the background of the research and the studies that are existing, the researcher determined the emotional quotient was not focused in the Reader's Theatre studies and has been focused pretty much on the intellectual quotient. So the researcher would like to look at the empathy, which is under EI, and how it can be used through Reader's Theatre. So that is what the aim of the study was, and that brought me to the problem statement. In an interview with the STAR, the Education DG, Dr. Abiba, stated that schools should embrace empathy development in their curriculum. She added that kindness and empathy has already been embedded in the Malaysian school curriculum, but she encourages teachers to use project-based approach to teaching and learning, TNL. Dr. Abiba's perspective on incorporating empathy development into the Malaysian school curriculum aligns with the contemporary educational theories and emphasizing holistic growth. She also stated that the project-based learning offers a dynamic platform to nurturing empathy as it encourages collaborative problem solving and understanding diverse perspective. So this was something that was stated by the Education DG, former Education DG, and also Mustafa and American state that in the rise of the modern technology, which has skyrocketed to new height and borderless marketplace, has imposed many challenges among the younger generation, and also the development of technology has amounted in the decline in empathy and higher rate in narcissism. So these are some of the problem statement that I encountered during my literature review. And this is from there, we come to our research objective. There are 3 research objectives and aims for this study to ensure Reader's Theatre can aid in improving young adult learners' empathy, to use Reader's Theatre as a medium of empathy among young adult learners, to study if young adult learners are empathic after their involvement in Reader's Theatre lessons. And the research question, what is or are the effects of the reader's theatre in the classroom? Does reader's theatre influence learners or students' emotional intelligence? Is the use of reader's theatre in the justified in instilling empathy within the classroom setting? So these are the research questions. And these are the literature review done. As part of the process of literature review, the researcher has done library research mainly at the University of Malaya Library in Kuala Lumpur. So those are the references for the literature review. I'll go to the next one. So this comes to the most crucial part, which is the methodology. So as I mentioned, this is an action, this was conducted as an action research. So the type of data was qualitative and quantitative, and the assessment was done through action research. Reader's data becomes the subject matter where there happens there was stimulation, acting exercises, role play, and script reading. And these segments were actually done in two phases, pre-survey and also reader's data performance, which is the final phase of this action research. The data collection was done in self-assessment survey and interview. The respondents were a specific sampling of students from Diploma in Entertainment Arts students from UOW Malaysia Glen Mary campus. So qualitative assessment exemplified in-depth interviews will provide researcher with the nuanced reading understanding of the respondents' experience, perspective, and also behavior within a given context as we are looking at empathy. So the researcher will do the interview to collect their data from after they are joining the reader's data performances. So these are the statistic of the students from that were involved. So there are students from age group of 18 to 21. There were about 21 students involved in this action research. So this is the findings and the analysis. I have divided it to three categories, which is the self-assessment survey, interview, and the reader's theatre performance presentation. I've also divided it based on the RQ1, RQ2, and RQ3. For the self-assessment survey, students perceived positive impact among respondents. This underscore the potential of reader's theatre as an effective tool for in enhancing EI. And during the interview, prominent theme was evident. The students mentioned of enhancement in their oral communication. It also fostered their collaborative learning and teamwork, and also crucial in character development and also empathy building. It also built their confidence, and some students have also mentioned that it helped in their listening skills. And during the performance presentation, mostly it was about their engagement and interest throughout the whole session. For the RQ2, overwhelming majority of the participants during their self-assessment state that they affirm their ability to empathize, underscore the significance of emotional engagement and connections with the characters in the reader's theatre performance. So as the students are actually interpreting the script, they are able to empathize with the characters in the reader theatre performance. And also for the interview, they are able to step into the shoes of different characters and understand their perspective, character with different viewpoints as well. And the empathy was cultivated through group dynamics and collaboration. For the reader's theatre performance, they mentioned personal growth and skill development, perspective taking and understanding, which are all based on my literature review are all what do you call this keywords of empathy, and they were also able to have an emotional connection not only to the character but also with the other team members. uh, in self-assessment survey for the RQ3, participants emphasize the benefit of communication skills, emotional expression, teamwork, and empathy. Many appreciate the physical aspect of Reader's Theatre, experiential and interactive nature of Reader's Theatre. They perceive Reader's Theatre as a valuable tool that can foster various skills, promote engagement, and enrich their learning experience. And for the interview, during the interview, a student mentioned personal growth and also confidence building. They also mentioned that it fosters their teamwork and empathy and engage their intellectual and emotional levels as well. And for the Reader's Theatre performance, they mentioned collaborative learning. So these were the findings and the analysis gathered from the three sessions that was conducted during the action research. So the analysis of the finding, which are from the self-assessment survey and also from the interview, 92.22% respondents agree that Reader's Theatre has given positive perceptions of their ability to empathize with others. So that was the outcome of the analysis. So this is some of the comments and reviews from the when the researcher has conducted the interview with the respondent. Respondent A stated that yes, because by reading through the script, I empathize with the story given to me while performing the lines and listening to others perform theirs throughout the story. Respondent B stated that when we are in reader's theatre session in classroom, it promotes empathy by requiring students to step into the shoes of different character, which is also a similar keyword to empathy based on my literature review. Um, Respondent C stated that yes, I was able to see the story from multiple perspectives. This is also another similar keyword from the literature review of empathy. So these are all of the words collected from the students and as per spoken by them. This is some of the snapshot from the Reader's Theatre action research that was conducted. And I myself as the researcher and also the facilitator of these two phases of these action research. And the students that were involved were students from Diploma in Entertainment Arts. Next one. Okay, this is also some of the snapshot from the Reader's Theatre action research. This was their Reader's Theatre performance presentation. So as I mentioned, there was the role play, there was the simulation, and then at another day there was the Reader's Theatre performance presentation, and this was during that time. These are my references for the dissertation. This is a continuation of the references. Here are some of the photos from the conference Plastic 24 that was held in UMS Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. So this was during the opening ceremony of the Persidangan Antarabangsa Seni dan Teknologi Kreatif 2024, which was held in Akademi Seni dan Teknologi Kreatif ASTIF, which is the arts faculty, arts and performing arts faculties in UMS. This was during the keynote speech from Prof. Kifli from UiTM and also Professor Madya Dr. Norayati from Akademi Pengajian Melayu Universiti Malaya. This was during our parallel room sessions of conference. So this is me presenting the paper to the guests. This is in the faculty with my supervisor and also the co-author for this paper. I think we have come to the end. So thank you very much, all of the guests for listening, and also thanks to my academic head Encik Zaki, and also to Associate Professor Morina Pawante for their support in making this possible. And now I think we will open for Q&A session, or I'm not sure if it is now or after everyone has presented, but if there is, this should be the Q&A session. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Okay.
So this is for Q&A session. If you want to have any question.
I can't see the chat box or anything. So. Okay. Maybe if there's any question, you can ask. If not, maybe the other presenters can present, and then the questions can be held later.
Yes, can be as well like that. So thank you so much, John, for sharing. We now can proceed to the second presenter, Dr. Alicia.
Okay, thank you so much, Farah. Thank you. I'll stop sharing.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, John.
All right. So Farah, I will present now.
Yes, Dr. Alicia, you may start. You can share your screen. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Alrighty.
All right. A very good morning to all of you. I know that okay, by the way, I'm Alicia here. I know that my name is not stated in the research seminar, but I'm here today to present on behalf of Dr. Y on her project, which is Evaluation of Sensory Attributes and Consumers' Purchase Intention of Banana Peel-Based Vegan Meat Patty. So we have presented this as a poster, a presentation on the 3rd International Food Research Conference that was held by University Putra Malaysia around August, at Putrajaya, Malaysia. So a little background about this project is that as we know that meat has been a primary source of protein in our diet as well as the global food landscape. But with the increased population, all right, globally, there's a demand for livestock products worldwide, and we expected that it will be doubled by 2050. And consumption of meat is linked to like cardiovascular disease and a variety of cancer, especially colorectal. And to address this concern, there is a need to diversify these protein choices so that we can reduce the reliance on the animal-based protein and shift to plant-based diet. However, the adoption of this plant-based product is far from smooth because consumers feel that there's a dissatisfaction on the taste, the texture that is not exactly like the traditional meat, as well as the high cost. So the key concept of this project is the valorization of food waste. So there's actually a great potential to turn this food waste into wealth. And valorization actually allows us to extract the values on the things that is meant to be discarded and offering the benefits in terms of like nutrition, environment, and economy. So for an example, we are taking a fruit peel. So fruit peel is having a very nutrient-rich side product. And they are also reported to be very high in dietary fiber and antioxidant. And traditionally, these fruit peels has been used as a remedy for a variety of ailments such as burns, anemia, diarrhea, ulcers, and so on, so off. So for this project, we have chosen fruit waste from banana, as banana is one of the most widely grown and important food crops in Malaysia. So how is the trend, acceptance, and health impact of this plant-based product? As I mentioned earlier, that although there's like significant barriers on the widespread acceptance of this plant-based product, however, there's a growing interest, all right, as well as more and more innovative plant-based product is coming up in the market. And some of the factors that contribute to this trend include like the rising health awareness, as I mentioned, that consumption of meat is very much linked to cardiovascular disease and as well as other diseases, as well as the influence of global food movement, which is to promote the sustainable eating practices. Apart from that, a research done by World Health in 2021 also mentioned about that plant-based meat actually contain less salt, saturated fats, and added sugars. So this actually further support that plant-based product is good for health overall. So the significance of this study is, first of all, is the rising consumption of fruits and vegetables as people are much more aware of their health pattern nowadays. And by using, for this project, by using a banana peel as a byproduct, which is a byproduct that has been discarded. So we could like actually minimize the food waste generally, globally, all right? And we also would like to support, all right, or contribute to the broad shift towards this plant-based product to deliver both health and environmental benefits. So the objective of this research project is to formulate a meat substitute using banana peel, and as well as to investigate the general acceptance of consumers towards meat substitute using banana peel. So here are the methodology that we have used for this project. So it involves like 3 stages. First of all is to prepare and to get the ingredient. And secondly, the product development trial. And thirdly, is on the sensory test. So for this project, according to Dr. Y, that these banana peels were taken from the banana cake production. So first of all, they separated the banana pulp from the peel and pre-treat these banana peels with citric acid to prevent the enzymatic reaction, so which means the browning reaction. After that, these banana peels undergo a drying process at 40 degrees for 24 hours. So this slow and a gentle drying is the main objective is to retain the nutrition of the banana peels. And next, these dry banana peel, they undergo grinding and into a powder form, which they have formulated 3 different patty formulation with varying amount of this banana peel flour, all right, which of the amount of 1%, 3%, and 5%. And next, this mixture, they make it into an individual patty and it's chilled, all right, at 4 degrees Celsius for 4 hours before going for pan frying at 72 degrees Celsius. So on my right hand side, you can see how the raw banana peel looks like and how after the drying process, how the banana peel looks like. And lastly, these are the product of the mixture where they have formed different patties. So the first one is 1%, and as you can see with the increase of the banana peel flour, the color of the patty is darker. So So after this, the resulted patty, they undergo, for sensory evaluation by 30 participants. So here is the results. So generally, if you have a look on our graph, is that the attributes that we have used to assess or evaluate on the sensory evaluation include flavor, aroma, appearance, texture, as well as the overall acceptability. So generally, if you have a look on the not the graph, but the table on my right hand side, all right. So the sample, there's like 1% of banana peel flour, 3% banana peel flour, and 5% banana peel flour. So generally, if we have a look that meat patty that is made with 3% banana peel flour actually have the overall highest score all right, in overall acceptability as compared to 1% banana peel flour as well as a 5% banana peel flour. And as also we can see that with the increased percentage of banana peel flour in this meat patty formulation, the sensory score for flavor, aroma, appearance, and texture is also decreasing, which means that the acceptance of this this patty formulation decrease with the increase of this banana peel flour. Next, we also observed that the addition of the banana peel flour into these three formulations did not affect significantly on the flavor aroma. As you can see, the score over here is almost quite insignificant. Although formulation with 5% banana peel flour show a reduction in the score of flavor and aroma the most, if you can see, compared to 1% and 3% banana peel flour. And if we moving on to see on the texture, all right, so we can also see that 5% banana peel flour have like the lower score as compared to 1% and 3% banana peel flour. So according to Hannah et al., that with the by incorporating banana peel powder into the formulation, as it is very rich in dietary fiber, so it may reduce the springiness of the product, which maybe some of the consumers then may not accept, right? And also, if you can see on during on my methodology slide, that you can see that the color of the patty is like darker, all right, with the increase of the banana peel flour. So according to Gomez, is that the addition of this banana peel flour into the product leads to the reduced brightness or enhance the darkening of the food product. We also have conduct this Spearman correlation between the knowledge, awareness, and purchase intention of the consumers toward banana peel-based vegan meat patty. And it shows that there's a very strong positive correlation on the knowledge of consumers about this plant-based meat, as well as the awareness of this kind of product in the market, as well as the purchase intention of consumers towards plant-based meat made with this fruit base. So with this growing awareness of this environmental and health concern, many consumers are choosing this plant-based meat product, as I've mentioned previously, that it is of the health conscious that have been like getting on, as well as this plant-based meat, they are primarily made from plant proteins, and it can help to avoid the high cholesterol and unhealthy fats from the animal proteins, so that it will reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease, cancer, and diabetes. So as a conclusion of this research project of now is that the overall acceptability for meat patty with banana peel flour of 3% was awarded the highest score. So as compared to 1% and 5% of banana peel flour, I mean meat patty that was made with 1% and 5% banana peel flour. And the team will continue to improve, all right, on this 3% banana peel flour made of meat patty in terms of like aroma, appearance, as well as the texture and overall acceptability. And this research project also allowed us to know much more about the potential market of this fruit-based meat analog or meat products. And last but not least, the team, all right, so led by Dr. White and her students. So they have actually participated in this International Creative Innovation Idea Competition this year with this fruit-based vegan meat patty to get, I think they have added with, because over here, the title is Preservation of Heritage Flavor, so they have using a vegan rendang sauce together with this meat patty, and they have won a silver award for this innovation product. So that's all from us, and here are some of the references that we have used for this research project. And yeah, that's all from me. Thank you so much. Or do you have any questions that you would like to ask regarding this project? If no, then thank you very much for your time and also listening to our research. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Alicia.
Thank you, John. Actually, John, I have a question regarding for your part. It's
Okay.
interesting to because that's on the literature review part. You
Mm,
talk about that the using of technology actually reduce the empathy and so on and so
mm,
forth, right?
mm,
So
mm,
what is your perspective and thought about using technology in teaching? Because since now, right, generally, I mean, mostly all the education they are using technology because we can't run away, and also about the digitalization, right? Yeah.
mm.
So yeah, I would just like to know what's your thoughts on this.
For my research, it
Mm.
is mostly in the performing arts
Oh.
aspect.
Mm.
So maybe not necessarily so much on the pedagogy of teaching or how technology can help when it
Oh.
comes to in aiding the in teaching and learning, but this is more to the consumption of technology from teenagers or young adults that happen in their own personal uh, uh, lifestyle. So that's where they are saying that because it will actually cause them to have less empathy and therefore it declines it because social media can actually make them to have a narcissistic tendencies. So that's where there was that's where I wanted to actually see whether the readers theater, which is something that is more known and as actually at many researches that has been done to actually help in terms of language proficiency, but not on anything to do with the emotional quotient. So because this comes about because one of my lecturer in UM, she was talking about theater and how theater is about empathy because when you go on stage, when you view or see the performances on stage, you empathize with the characters. So she said that it's all about it's about empathy, and that's what we want to show to the audience. So from there, I actually wanted to see how I could put in empathy. And when I took my drama in education class. So I realized that in Reader's Theatre, it covers a lot on the intelligent quotient, but not on the emotional quotient. So therefore, I wanted to see whether from there, uh, we can use Reader's Theatre to actually achieve empathy. So that's where it comes up about. Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
Okay.
that's my background.
Now I learned something. Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm also looking at your presentation. I'm very intrigued because it's something that is using the banana peel is some peel to actually uh,
Yeah.
to produce something that is new. It's very innovative. So yeah, I'm so intrigued by it too.
Yeah, Dr. Y's project lah. I would never think about like banana peel. Actually, we can, yeah, because
Mm.
usually we just throw, but now yeah, we
Yeah,
can make it as a creative product lah.
yeah, that's great.
Thank you
Okay,
so
thank
much,
you. Thank
John.
you, Dr. Alicia. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Alicia. I guess we will continue for our third presenter, Dr. Cheng Xiao. Dr. Cheng, are you ready for your question now?
Hello, Farah. I go first or
Sure, you may start. Thank you.
I thought I'm the last one.
Yes, you are. So we only have three presenters today, so you will be the last one.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just joined the meeting because I just finished the class. Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Good
Good morning.
Hi, Dr. Cheng.
Yeah. I didn't realize that yeah, I should present by now. Okay, no worry. Let me share my presentation slide. Can you all see?
Yes.
Okay, so good morning all. So let me introduce myself. I'm Cheng from the School of Engineering. So recently I have presented a paper in an international conference at Beijing. So today I would like to share with you the same presentation. Okay, so this is the title, niobium-based enzyme as a saturable absorber for Q-switch fiber laser at 2 micron meter. Okay, so this topic is actually about laser generate a fiber laser in the mid-infrared region. Okay, so mid-infrared is actually start from 2 micron meter to 5 micron meter lah. Okay, so first, fiber laser actually have been widely used in many applications, okay, such as industrial machining, security and defense, free space communication, medical surgery, and imaging. Okay, so we can actually produce laser at various wavelength, but why 2 micrometer here? Okay, so fiber laser that operate in the 2 micrometer actually have very specific applications in remote sensing due to the low atmospheric absorption, and also it is a high safe operating wavelength. Okay, so this fiber laser in the 2 micron meter actually you can be used for free space communication applications. Okay, it is actually has exceptional advantages compared to the conventional systems that operate in the shorter wavelength. Okay, so which give a great market potential. Okay, for 2 micron fiber laser to use in LiDAR, gas sensing system, and also optical communication application. Okay, besides that, 2 micron fiber laser is also very useful in medical applications. So as you can see in the graph here, okay, there is a strong, this graph is actually showing absorption coefficient versus wavelength. So you can see for water, so you can see actually it has a very strong absorption at the wavelength of 2 micron meter, okay, in biological tissue. So it's also meaning that the laser penetration depth, okay, can be reduced, okay, in the biological tissue. So due to the strong absorptions in water, so there's only a small area heating zone is affected. So this will allow very precise, okay, cutting of biological tissue, and also additionally during the laser surgery, the chances of bleeding can be suppressed. Okay, and so this application make 2 micron laser ideal for many surgical procedure. Okay, so the 2 micron wavelength range is also very attractive for material processing, okay, especially recently very interesting aspect is to use it on plastic, okay, because most of the relevant plastic material actually shows sufficient absorptions around 2 micron meter. Okay, so this will allow direct processing, okay, with this laser operation at this wavelength. So compared to the conventional 1 micron meter, it will require additional adhesive layer in the process. Okay, so this 2 micron laser can be used for laser cutting, welding, marking. Okay, so all are possible. So according to the market survey analysis, so in the coming 5 years, okay, the fiber laser is expected to grow from USD 7.7 billion in 2024 to 12.8 billion by 2029. So growing at 10.8% of CAGR. So the key factor that contribute to this growth is actually the rise of the industrial automation and also the increasing demand for high precision tools in various fields. Okay, so these two factors has actually increased the adoption of fiber laser in various fields such as medical industry, healthcare industry, okay, consumer electronics, industrial manufacturing, oil and gas, and so on. Okay, especially the ultra fast fiber laser can actually release high powerful pulses, which allowed for micro machining, delicate cutting, and also will with a low heat damage. Okay, so here is actually the key players, companies that producing ultra fast laser. Okay, so next let's look at the fundamental fiber laser operations. So essentially, laser is actually a device, okay, that emit light through the process of optical amplifications. So unlike the normal light, like the normal light bulb that we are using, laser light is actually highly coherent, okay, meaning that it is made out of waves that are all in phase with one another. So this coherent is what make the laser light so powerful and focused. So there are 3 key components to build a laser. Okay, the first one is we need a laser gain medium. Okay, we need a pump source. Okay, and also the optical cavity. So let's look at the working principles of the laser. So for example, first we need a pump source to pump the gain medium. So when we pump the gain medium, we are actually exciting the electron, okay, to the higher energy level. So when the electron decay, okay, it will emit a photon. Okay, so this photon will go in random directions. Okay, we call this spontaneous emission. Okay, so when this photon, okay, interact, okay, with any of the excited particle at the higher level, it will actually stimulate the emission of another photon. Okay, so the optical cavity will allow the photon to bounce. So we need a cavity. So this cavity can actually allow, normally we use mirror, okay, so which produce reflectivity of nearly 99 to 100%, so that we allow 1% or maybe a small amount of output laser to be extracted from the cavity. Okay, so this cavity actually allowed the photons to travel back and forth within the cavity, and when it travel, okay, more emission will be generated. Okay, because this stimulated emission will be able to produce a photon which is having the similar characteristic as the incident photon. So which means the incident photon, okay, will be stimulated to generate double. Let's say 1 photon can generate 2 photons with the same characteristics. So imagine there are 1,000 millions of photons in the gain medium. So and each one of them generate double, okay, triple okay, quadruple of the photons, and this will leads to the amplifications of the light, which is what we call the laser. Okay, so we can generate laser at different wavelength. How? By using a different gain medium. Okay, so like for example, if you use ytterbium, you can generate 1 micron meter laser. If you use erbium, you can generate 1.5 micron meter laser. If you use thulium, then you can generate 2 micron meter laser. So in this project, we are generating 2 micron fiber laser. So we are actually using a thulium doped fiber as the gain medium. Okay, so just give you a brief introductions about pulse fiber laser. So I'm not sure whether you all have heard of pico laser, femto laser. Okay, that we commonly hear about this name, these terms in the I think in the medical industry. Okay, so these are all ultra fast laser, pulse laser. Okay, so the first one is what we call the continuous CW laser. Okay, so this CW laser, it produces a very steady beam, okay, where pulse laser are different. Pulse laser, they emit light in a short, powerful burst, okay, burst. So they come with a period, okay, they come in with a period. So, and every pulse are very strong and short and powerful, and each lasting from nanosecond to picosecond or even femtosecond. Okay, so if you look at this figure from left to the right, the first one is the CW, the continuous wave laser, and then the middle one is the nanosecond pulse laser, and then the third one is the picosecond or femtosecond pulse laser. Okay, so you can see if we shoot the continuous wave laser onto a target, okay, this will generate a big dark area. So this dark area actually represents the size of the heat affected zone, okay. So if you look at the pulse laser, so this will generate you can see the blue wave here. So the blue line here actually represent the shock wave created by the light pulse. Okay, so for CW laser, we remove the material. Okay, let's say if we want to remove these sections of material, it's primarily through melting. Okay, and this will create a very large heat affected zone. Okay, the nanosecond pulse laser, we actually, as you can see in the picture, it creates slightly lesser, smaller heat affected zone. Okay, and the material is being removed by melt expulsions process. Okay, and then for picosecond and femtosecond laser, the material is being removed by directly vaporizations away the material from the surface. Okay, so this will provide very negligible heat affected zone and also very fine and very sharp, okay, features. So this ability to deliver energy in very precise, quick bursts, okay, so that's why give pulse laser several key advantage to be used in different applications like precision, like material processing, used in micromachinery, cutting, drilling. Okay, also can use in medical applications, for example, laser surgery, and then also can also use in the research and microscopy. Okay, so as you can see, if we use the oscilloscope to capture the signal, the continuous wave laser will give you this kind of signal. And then for pulse laser, will give you, okay, you can see the laser is in the short pulse, okay, with a is periodic with a period. Okay, so now come to the work. So in this project, we are aiming to produce pulse laser, okay, in 2 micron meter range. So we are using a material called niobium carbide and zinc-based saturable absorber. Okay, we insert this new material into the laser cavity. So this is actually the experiment setup. Okay, as you can see, we are using a laser pump. Okay, a 1,500 nanometer of laser pump, and then this is our gain medium, which is the thulium dope fiber, and then this is actually a WDM, the wavelength division multiplexer, okay, which where the pump, which combine the pump and the laser lah. Okay, so the pump laser will come into the thulium dot fiber using the WDM. Okay, and then we have a coupler. Okay, because the laser will oscillate within the ring cavity, so we need to extract the laser from the cavity using this optical coupler. So here we are using 90-10, which means we allow 90% of the light oscillating in the cavity, and only 10% of the light is extracted out for measurement. Okay, for measurement. And then you can see here, this is how we insert the material. The material is actually in the thin film structure. So we put it in between two fiber ferrule, okay, and then we use a connector to connect together. So yep, so this is the laser cavity for the 2 micron fiber laser. So these are the apparatus we use to measure or characterize the performance of the output laser. Okay, so we have the oscilloscope, RF spectrometer, optical spectrum analyzer, and power meter. Okay, so this is so before we conduct any, before we measure the laser performance, we actually characterize the material, okay, the saturable absorber, the material here. Okay, so the curve here is actually the called nonlinear optical absorption curve. Okay, so this data is collected using the experiment setup, and also compare with the calculation value lah. Okay, so it shows that the experiment results is fitted well with the theoretical analytical method. Okay, and then besides that, as you can see this picture, this is actually the image captured using field emission scanning electron microscopy. Okay, so the elemental composition and also the surface, this one is to study the surface morphology of the material. Okay, and then we also investigate the elemental composition using the energy dispersive X-ray, EDX, okay, to check what are the elements, okay, in the material. So as you can see, there are niobium, carbon, fluoride, oxygen, silicon, aluminium, okay, in the material. Okay, then these are some of the results, okay, captured from the laser. I mean, like the laser characteristics. To study the laser characteristics lah. Okay, we captured some result. So this figure actually shows the laser spectrum, okay, that we generate in around close to 2 micron. It's actually 1964.121 nanometer. Okay, and then this graph is actually showing the pulse train, okay, with various pump power, okay, with various pump power. As you can see, the more number of pulse, okay, the period actually reduced, okay, with the pump power. Okay, so the next one is actually showing the Q switch pulse train. okay, when the pump power, when the laser is operating, okay, this is the time domain and this is the frequency domain, okay, and then the small insert here is actually showing the signal to noise ratio. We also measure the signal to noise ratio of the laser, which is around 52.2 dB, and this indicate that the stability of the laser operation. Okay, so, and then for this one, it's actually measuring the output power of the laser and also the pulse energy of the laser. This is the peak power, okay, and then this is the repetition rate and also the pulse width. Okay, so we also, in this paper, we also compare our work with the previous work, okay? So what we found out that, okay, this is actually the first report that using this material, okay, in the thulium doped fiber laser cavity, okay, with Q switch operation. And then furthermore, we also compare the pulse width. So the pulse width is actually the shorter compared to the previous work, okay, ranging from 13.3 to 4.4 microsecond. Okay, so which this result actually shows that this new material, niobium carbide, benzene thin film, is actually very suitable as possible to be used to generate laser in the 2 micron meter region. Okay, so this is the conclusions, okay, which I mentioned just now. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Cheng. So we will open the session for Q&A. If anyone would like to throw some question to Dr. Cheng. Okay, if any question? Maybe for other presenter also, if there's any question. Alrighty, if that's the case, I think I would like to say thank you to the presenter. Okay, our PGRC would like to express our gratitude to everyone for being a part of this session. This is the first research seminar. There will be another two on the Wednesday next to another week. Okay, we really appreciate your time and effort and hope you found the experience valuable. Thanks again and take care. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you all. Thank you,
Thank
Farah.
you.
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
Dr. Cheng. All right,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Bye-bye.
everyone.